Thanks everyone for joining and making the time this afternoon to join what I believe is the 6th session on the topic of ATMPs, where today, after having looked at a number of different themes, we're looking at the industrial perspective and how we can make Europe more attractive for cell and gene therapy development. I want to thank all of the speakers and as well those of you attending today on joining today's conversation. Hopefully it'll be interesting discussion. As you will know, we've got a few presentations to get the conversation started today, and then we'll move over to a Q&A afterwards. And that will be done under Chatham House rules, just so that everyone can comfortably ask any questions they want. We can have a frank discussion as well. And lastly, I just want to thank our MEP hosts, MEP Weiss and MEP Maxova for making today happen. And with that, MEP Weiss, over to you for any opening remarks.
Thank you so much, Victor, and thank you to all who is now ready for this very important Monday noon talk on how to make Europe more attractive for gene and cell therapy development. Yes, I am Pernille Weiss, and I'm a member of the EPP group in the European Parliament, and I have been that since 2019. I have a background within healthcare, coming from my little country, Denmark. I would like to thank all of you for attending this closed-door briefing session today, hosted by my dear colleague, Radka Maxova, and myself. But also, I would like to reach out with a big thank you to all who made this possible, because two MEPs can have many ideas. It doesn't work if there are no hands and heads to work with that and put it into the real world. So thank you all for that. I'm delighted to be here, especially because being a member of the ENVI and the ITRA committee, I'm committed to have an inclusive dialogue to define the way forward to ensure a safe and equitable access for gene and cell therapy treatments across the whole of EU. The central object of this session is to look at the current challenges and opportunities to make Europe even more attractive for gene and cell therapy development. Although Europe has been instrumental in developing the field of gene therapies via academia, biotech, and pharmaceutical companies, it is now facing increasing competition from other regions, such as North America and increasingly also China, in terms of mobilization of investments and research. Europe is therefore facing some unique challenges compared with other parts of the world, such as, for example, how our health systems can cope with the budgeting for one-time gene therapies and struggles in translating research strength into market leadership. And there, the lack of funding for transnational medicine, translational medicine is a key impediment of this. However, there are also opportunities, and the work of the Commission in this regard through the upcoming revision of the pharma legislation and the orphan medicines regulation is a very important tool to reinforce Europe's leading role in rare diseases innovation. This is one of the topics we will touch upon in today's session, and I very much look forward also to get some more input, aiming to contributing at the EU level dialogue on the necessity to foster more sustainable innovation. This transition could help Europe remain competitive, which will ultimately have great benefit for patients, especially those living with rare diseases. Today, I'm very glad that we have several stakeholders coming from different fields to share their insights and discuss the elements needed to make the research and development and manufacturing of gene therapies in Europe an attractive proposition. The complexities associated with the economic barriers of gene therapies, as well as approaching gene therapy from a value perspective. I will encourage all attendees today to engage in the debate in today's session and beyond, because all stakeholders in strong collaboration and dialogue is really needed for change to happen. I will remain personally committed to make sure that rare diseases innovation, especially in the area of gene and cell therapy, remains a priority for the next parliamentary and commission terms. But also I would like to underline that if some questions that are relevant to be put forward to either me or my colleague Radka Maxova as co-host, please do send us an email after this session, because this here will also be a session that will hopefully foster fruits for thoughts, but maybe also aftermath reflections on what is needed to be done. And I know it counts for my team, and I also know that from the rumors of my colleagues' office that we are always open doors for input coming from stakeholders. So please don't hesitate, do that. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to welcome to this session, and I will now handle over the moderator role to you, Victor Maertens from EUCOPE. Thank you so much.
Dear colleagues, dear esteemed experts, I would like to thank all the speakers up to now for your very information presentation on a topic that I believe is of great importance and that is very relevant at the moment. Rare disease affect up to 36 million people within Europe and can cause high burdens for patients and their families. We have seen unparalleled advancement in innovation in rare diseases with technologies such as gene therapies that have the power to significantly raise health outcomes. However, the EU, once a global leader in rare disease research and development, has recently been lagging behind other global players. It is imperative that we ensure that our current system is ready to help bring these treatments to patients all over the EU in a timely manner, as time is often of essence for people living with rare diseases. As we have heard from our speakers, there is a number of elements needed to make Europe a desirable place for research and development and manufacturing of gene therapies. They have also highlighted the economic barriers of gene therapies and the importance of using value-based approaches and innovative payment models in order to boost access. It is important that we build on these principles in order to create an EU system that brings these medicines to all patients in Europe who need them. And I believe that the upcoming proposals to revise the general pharmaceutical legislation and the OMP pediatrics regulation will be important opportunities to start moving in the right direction. Additionally, many stakeholders have recently been calling for an EU rare disease plan. The Czech Republic, in particular the country where I am from, and the country that is currently holding the Council presidency, has been very supportive of such a plan. An EU-wide rare disease plan could help to ensure that patients have rapid access to treatment and could be instrumental in reducing inequalities in access to treatment across all EU member states. Moreover, it is an opportunity to raise awareness on early screening, such as newborn screening and diagnostics, which is critical to the effectiveness of such treatments. The community has been clear on its asks, and I hope that the Commission will take concrete action to make this in reality in this mandate or the next. Thank you very much again for taking part in today's discussion, and I look forward to working with you to make Europe a leader in rare disease innovation. I looking forward to our cooperation. Thank you very much.